Son, check that out. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we are going to be working on our beautiful 2013 Toyota Tundra that we spent so much time making that front end look like a 2020. The folks over at torchoffroad.com have really set us up. They've hooked us up here, and we've got a lift kit for this truck. We're gonna get it installed. Torch has been around since the turn of the century. We've used them before. We have absolutely nothing but nice things to say about them. You saw it in our Tacoma before. So we want to show you how to do it on this Tundra, just using basic tools with a couple of jack stands and a jack in your own garage. So check it out. Let me show you what they said.
So this is what Torch Off-Road sent us. We got our 3-inch spacers here for the front shocks. Got 2 of those. We got our 2-inch blocks for the back. We got brand new U-bolts to deal with the lift. We got some skid plate spacers, and we got some differential drop spacers.
All right, we took our truck, we jacked it up. We got it sitting on the jack stand and a jack right now. I took the front wheel off, and this is what we're gonna try to do on this Tundra instead of like a Tacoma. I'm gonna try, I got an idea. I'm gonna try to take this sway bar end link loose down here at the bottom on both sides. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosen up inside here, control arm bolts. I'm not gonna take them off. I'm just gonna loosen them up. And then I'm gonna mark it on the front and on the back where it's at now. This thing's gonna have to have an alignment afterwards anyway. I just wanna get it back close. So I'm gonna loosen all that up, and then I'm gonna take, there's 2 big bolts right under here. Right on the bottom of this ball joint, there's 2 big bolts. This one and this one. So I'm gonna loosen those up and let that bottom control arm just swing down out of the way. Now all we should have to do is take the big bolt out here for the strut. The control arm swings right out of the way, and then I can loosen up these 4 bolts on top. And you notice this truck's already got a leveling kit up front. So we're gonna take that out, we're gonna put in the lift kit. So this was just a little block for a little bit of a level on the front. Somebody else put in, but we're gonna take these 4 loose. We'll get that out, we'll put our new block in, and we'll be good as new with this side. Maybe it'll go really quick. I hope so. I did yesterday spend a little bit of time spraying some PB Blaster on some of these bolts and nuts to make it easier for us. So let's stop talking. Let's start working. Alrighty guys, man, we made quick work of that. We work on Tacomas all the time, and Tacomas are pretty easy. It's not that this Tundra's not pretty easy. Everything's going really good. But these dang bolts in this truck are massive. I mean, they are massive. But if you check out the strut right here, there is an arrow right there that points out. So when we put our block on, there's a little dot right there. It's gonna line up with the arrow right here and let the block just fall right down on. But we just gotta remember when we put it back on that the dot is gonna face the outside. And since we put our block on, we're also gonna have to twist this strut 1/8 of a turn to line it back up. It's not that big a deal. So let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and put the bolts back in it. We're gonna get it shoved back in here, get everything started. We're gonna get it done. Alrighty, man, we have been making quick work of that. It's been, for it to be a massive truck and them bolts to be really tight, we've made really good work of it. What we got left here real quick on the front is we got to put our differential drop in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the existing bolts out, let the differential just drop down just a little bit, put this block in here, this little spacer, and then we're gonna change out the bolt, and that realigns up our CV joints and our axles up front. So it should just take just a minute. So let's get under there. Let's get this thing put in. And then we got the skid plate to deal with. And I might not put it right back in right now because honestly and truly, you know, we want to see how everything looks first. But we'll probably put these in, and then we'll do the rear, and then we'll put the skid plate back in at the very last. Alrighty, that went really good. We got that differential drop just boom right in there. And like I said, I'm gonna leave that skid plate out. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, throw that sucker back in later. But what we're gonna do now, we're gonna move to the back. We're gonna jack up the back, put it on some stands, put the blocks in. Shouldn't take very long. The front's always the hardest, and we made really quick work of that. So we're gonna go ahead and get it jacked up, get the wheels off of it, see what we got, and we're gonna get it done. We are gonna measure the back. Didn't measure the front because the front already had some little blocks in there, so no need measuring the front when throw the measurements off. But we're gonna measure the back right now, We're gonna see what it is now and see what it is when we get done. So right now, we're looking at 39 7/8. So 39 7/8 at the back right now. And we'll get that picked up and then we'll measure the back, we'll measure the front, we'll see what we got. Okay, the back is nowhere near as complex as the front. It's pretty easy. First thing we're gonna do is probably take the shock loose at the bottom, get the bolt out, that's a 17 millimeter, and then we put the rear end up on a jack just to kind of hold it up. So what we'll do is we'll loosen up the U-bolts, get those out of the way, and then we got our block that's gonna sit down on the spring and kind of get us up. And this goes in, just make sure the taper is toward the front of the truck. So we're gonna get that in, we're gonna change out our U-bolts, tighten everything back up, get it all torqued down, torqued up to spec, which will be in the link in the description. So let's get to it. Let's get it done. Alrighty, that was a quick job. That was really good work. We're gonna measure it again here at the rear, kind of see where we're at, because we were at 39 7/8 before we put the blocks in. We should be up probably about 2.5. So we're at 41 3/8. So that's about 2.5 at the back. We didn't measure the front because it already did have some blocks in the front. So we're going to just measure the front, kind of see where it's at. And we're at about 39 5/8. So this truck is up there. I mean, just looking at it, heck, the toolbox is taller than my head, you know. I mean, it's up there. We're super excited about the way it all turned out. The folks over at Torch, they really helped us out. So let's pull this sucker outside and see what it looks like in the sun and kind of give it the once over.
All right, guys, so we just got done installing this Torch off-road 3-inch lift kit. Could not be happier how it turned out. Made this truck look really aggressive. Gave it a nice stance. We do have some wheels coming. We've picked them out. We think it's gonna really set this truck off. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Real Orange Wires. We always post there before YouTube. And don't forget, guys, to turn those post notifications on. That way you won't miss anything. Drop us a like, leave us a comment down below. Until next time, we're out.